This is Michael Jordan, and he's back in the NBA. And these are the greatest super teams the NBA has ever seen. Today we're gonna find out if Jordan can take these teams down and change NBA history as we know it. And it all starts off with the 2008 NBA draft where Jordan's going #1 to the Bulls. His NBA journey is gonna look completely different, but some things are staying the same, including the fact that he would win Rookie of the Year and make it to the playoffs in his second season. But it's only getting harder from here as LeBron would be taking his talents down to South Beach to form the first super team in Jordan's way of a title. He's already entering his third season, but his NBA career actually starts now. Jordan would start off his third season playing his best basketball to date, finishing with 61 wins as a second seed. The only team better would be the big three out in Miami of Bosh, Wade, and of course LeBron. The media knows it and so do both teams. Everyone expects them to meet up in the playoffs, but while Bron and the Heat would cruise to the conference finals, it wouldn't be so simple for Jordan, as he would find himself up against another big three out in Boston, fresh off a finals appearance in the following season. Jordan's playing well, that can't be denied, but he's not good enough to beat them by himself. And if he winds up losing, can we really put him in the same conversation as LeBron? Because while the series would go to Game 7 and he would have home court for that Game 7, eventually the experience of the Celtics would shine through. Oh, Kevin Garnett, offensive rebound. Oh my God, bro, he killed. Who is that, man? It seems like all the hype for Jordan has fallen flat. He's getting eliminated and embarrassed on his home floor. And it stings even more when you find out LeBron would beat the Celtics to make it to the finals where he would eventually win his first title. Right now, it seems like LeBron has the edge, but fortunately for Jordan, in the 2011 offseason, help would be on the way. Because in the draft, the Bulls would select a player by the name of Jimmy Butler. No one knows yet except for him, but one day he's going to be the sidekick Jordan needs. But for now, he still has to carry the team, averaging an MVP-worthy stat line of 34 points per game. And while usually that would be enough to bring home the award, right now, he's falling short. LeBron still winning MVPs, Jordan still has no MVPs. But it seems like he's been completely robbed, because he wound up carrying the Bulls to the first seed, and unlike last season, he would have no problems with the first few rounds of the playoffs. But the same could be said for Bron and Miami, which means they're now meeting in the conference finals for the first time. The moment we've all been waiting for. It took Jordan 4 seasons, but he's finally here. And it seems like the wait has been completely worth it, as we would get an all-time classic between the two transcendent players, eventually leading to a 2-2 series tie. But eventually, someone has to lose, and it all starts off with Game 5, where 73% of teams that win wind up taking the entire series. It's the most important game Jordan's played thus far, and it's coming down to the final minute. He does have a 2-point lead, but also LeBron has the ball. Game 5, whoever wins has a good chance to win the series. He gets the screen. He doesn't even think about driving to the basket. LeBron misses a shot. If we could give it to Jordan right now, Jimmy Butler, it's a little too early for you to be controlling the game like that. Or a few seasons too early. Jordan was wide open on the left. They pass it over to him. Finally, he shoots. Jordan of all people. Oh my God, he hit it. Okay, fine, hey. And while Miami would score a couple more times, that would eventually be it. Jordan's taking a 3-2 lead in the series, and he's now 1 win away from going to his first finals. But he would have to do it on the road in Miami, and we can't forget, he's up against a super team. As this series is far from over. Because while all 3 stars would show out, LeBron would have a clutch triple-double to force Game 7. The last time Jordan was in this situation, it was a complete disaster. But this time, it was even worse, as he would struggle with only 19 points, well below his season average, while the Miami Big Three would all dominate, eventually heading to the finals after completing a 3-2 comeback, while Jordan's being embarrassed again. Having Jordan in the LeBron era means it's still the LeBron era. And he would again be heading to Los Angeles for the finals, this time against the Lob City Clippers. But come on, man, it's Chris Paul against LeBron. The series wouldn't take too long. He's now walking away with his second title, and Jordan still has 0. His goal coming into this one was to take down the greatest super teams ever, but right now, he can't even take down one. He would have a solid offseason playing in the Olympics and training with other stars around the league, but he's still missing a championship. And now entering his 5th season, it's time for him to get something done. He would, as usual, average over 30 points per game, and as usual, lose out on the MVP to LeBron. Where is Jordan, man? But the MVP doesn't matter that much. Let's focus on the 3rd straight matchup between the 2 stars. LeBron's undoubtedly the best player in the league coming off 2 titles, but after 2 terrible playoff exits in a row, Jordan would have a major edge. He would average 34 points per game to LeBron's 28, eventually taking a 3-1 lead. But even then, against this super team, it's not over. 3-1 lead is nothing, man. And we're up against LeBron too. And of course, with his back against the wall, LeBron would dominate in Game 5. And when you combine that with the help of D-Wade and Bosh, it's now a 3-2 series. The same deficit they came back from last season. There it is. There it is. Yup, there we go. Okay, now it's 3-2. And to be honest, if Jordan winds up losing, LeBron's probably winning his 3rd straight championship. And he doesn't belong in the same conversation as him. But fortunately for those rooting for him, it seems like he's finally turned the corner. He would end LeBron's comeback in his building with a 42-point game to move on to his first finals. I don't know how you go from losing horribly in Game 7 to just absolutely cooking them in Game 6 the following season. That is one of the best bounce backs probably ever for Jordan, which means he's now heading to San Antonio for the finals to play up against another historic trio plus an up-and-coming Kawhi Leonard. It's definitely not going to be easy. It's a tough matchup. There's a bunch of Hall of Famers, but he's been through a lot already, and he would completely control the series, scoring in ways that nobody expected. They pass it over to Jordan, being guarded by Tony. Jordan pulls up over Tony. He hits the 3, eventually winning his first championship in only his 5th season, now only being one behind LeBron and the Heat. It's a huge deal and a fantastic achievement, but he can't celebrate for too long because there's another super team on the horizon.
Back the other way. Curry, why not for 3? Bingo!
Before we get to that though, we might be entering a crucial point. While Jordan would be in the gym improving, it seems like LeBron's kind of in a rough spot. His 2 main teammates, Wade and Bosh, are starting to get up there in age and as a result are starting to decline. Which means while they're trending down, the Bulls are trending up, and that would continue into the playoffs as they would get smoked by the Bulls easily. It seems like LeBron's time with the Heat is coming to a close, because Jordan has now made it to 2 straight finals. This time against the Lob City Clippers, who lost to LeBron earlier, and with Jordan, it was the same result. Jordan, can we get one more Jordan shot? The pull-up over Chris Paul again. I'm sorry, man. I'm not even a Chris Paul hater, bro, but I don't think he's ever won a championship on this channel. Which means Jordan's winning his 2nd championship. He started off extremely slow, but he's bounced back. And with LeBron heading to Cleveland in the offseason, the Heatles era is officially over. Jordan's focus will now shift west to Golden State, but we still have the 2015 season to go through, which would mark the first All-Star appearance for Jimmy Butler, officially making him Jordan's sidekick at the best possible time. Because despite the fact that Jordan would miss out on the MVP again, just focus on the playoffs, the duo would storm through the playoffs to meet LeBron in the conference finals, with it being pretty clear what happens next. Obviously in real life, LeBron ran the East, but Jordan's here. He's the #1 seed. He's a favorite to move on to the finals, which is exactly what he did, as he would not just take the first game, but the 2nd, the 3rd, and the 4th, sweeping LeBron to head to his 3rd finals. He would now be traveling out west to challenge the Warriors and Steph Curry, a player well known for working outside the arc. A stark contrast from Jordan, who prefers to work inside the paint. But at the end of the day though, Jordan's the favorite, coming off 2 championships and is now looking for a 3rd, and he would get one step closer to doing so by taking a 3-2 lead to start off the series. Looks like Jordan, maybe, unless I jinx it right now, he's winning his 3rd championship. But for some reason, Jordan has trouble in closeout games. We saw it against LeBron a few times, and that haunting trend would continue, as Steph would take over in front of his home fans, forcing yet another Game 7. All for it to go completely to waste. The Bulls made it dramatic for no reason. The Warriors didn't even stand a chance. How is it even going to games? Like, how do you even let that happen? Jordan with a pull-up, officially closing out the game to secure the 3-peat. Jordan was tasked with taking down the super teams, but in the process, he's made one himself. Why are we going to Game 7? Why couldn't he just win in like 5 games? At the same time though, the 2 players affected the most, Steph and LeBron, aren't going to let that slide so easily. At some point, they're going to make some noise. How they're going to do that remains to be seen, but it would start off with Steph averaging an insane 40 points per game to take away the MVP from Jordan. He averaged 40? Bro. And while that was happening, LeBron was working on stealing the 1 seed away from Jordan, and by the time they met up in the playoffs, he would have his revenge, taking a 3-1 lead in the series. Okay, that kinda messes up everything, where he would continue to dominate on his home floor, embarrassing Jordan, sending him home in dramatic fashion. Shumpert with a pass over to LeBron. That's a questionable shot. He might hit that though. He hit it. Oh my God, we're about to, or Jordan, not were. I'm not a Bulls fan. I mean, Jordan, yeah, Jordan's going home. He almost hit that. Which means we now have a very familiar finals matchup between the Cavs and the Warriors. And despite the fact that the Warriors would win, it's not stopping them from making a major upgrade. Jordan has now gone from a 3-peat to an underdog. He's facing his toughest challenge yet. And because of KD's move to the Bay, it seems like he won't be winning an MVP anytime soon. It doesn't matter how many championships Jordan wins, he's not winning an MVP. Like, it's done. It's done. And the pain wouldn't stop there for Jordan, because in the first round, he would match up against a Philly team that's kind of ahead of schedule. They shouldn't even be here. Yet somehow, they're forcing Game 7. And somehow, it's coming down to the final possession. Jimmy Butler wasn't even on the floor for that one. I don't know. I couldn't even see the name who hit that. Oh my God, Jordan with the steal. Okay, all right, fine, bro. Yep, yeah. Somehow, the Bulls are making it out of the first round. But if anything, that's a horrible sign. We're getting cooked as soon as we see LeBron or anybody remotely decent. And while it wouldn't be LeBron since Jordan was able to make it past him, it would wind up being the KD-led Warriors who would absolutely demolish him and the Bulls in 5 games to win their second title. It's safe to say the Bulls have fallen off just a bit. They used to run the league, but now they're being overshadowed. While we're on the topic though, let's focus in on one of Jordan's teammates, that being Jimmy Butler. In real life, he would have been traded away, but here he's staying with the Bulls. But it might not be for long since he only has 2 seasons left on his deal. If this goes poorly, he might be leaving. But there's still some hope since the Bulls would storm through the Eastern Conference playoffs again. The real issue is the 3rd straight matchup with the Warriors in the finals. Can he really beat a team that's this good? Last season was a disaster. And unfortunately, while it would be slightly better with Jordan leading the Bulls to a 2-2 series tie, he would put up a very interesting performance when the team needed him the most. Come on, man. Drive to the basket. There we go. Fine. He missed. I'm supposed to be unbiased, but that's just bad basketball. Oh, he's hitting that. Oh my God, they're still alive, bro. Golden State wants you to win, Chicago. They are handing you the game. Honestly, don't even give it to Jordan anymore. I would rather see Jimmy Butler take the shot. I would rather see, oh my God, bro. They are so bad. So obviously, he's losing that one. And it wouldn't get much better in game 6, because while it would be a close game for 47 minutes, only one team showed up for the 48. I don't care if Jordan's on Steph, something bad is about to happen. Either that or Klay's about to be wide open. Klay is so wide that he's not missing that. Oh my God. Oh my God, bro. That is the worst defense. They actually stink. They're about to, that's about to be a terrible shot. And he missed it. And Golden State wins, which means they've successfully pulled off a three-peat just as Jordan did earlier. Both teams are now tied at 3 championships apiece, and we're now about to find out who wins the 4th. Because there's nothing left for Jordan to do other than try again. So with that being said, let's see if his last stance will live up to the hype. It would start off with Jordan winning another 63 games in the regular season to once again finish as the 1st seed, and considering LeBron's no longer in the Eastern Conference, the playoffs are his easiest to date, storming past everyone to make it back to the finals against the Warriors, who are trying to win an improbable 4th straight title. And the series would start off similarly to last season, with each team alternating games to eventually reach a 2-2 tie. We're in the same position as last season, which means now we're heading back to Chicago for Game 5. I mentioned it earlier, but usually whoever wins this one takes the whole series. Once again, that theory is being put to the test. Do not mess this up, you're at home. But in order for Jordan to win another title, he's going to have to beat the odds, because the Fantastic Four out in Golden State would be just too much, with Steph leading the way with 30 points to take a 3-2 lead. Damn, bro, this team is not fair, man. Now the series would shift back to the Bay. Both Jordan and Jimmy might be playing their final games together. It's been almost a decade, but this might be it. As good as they are, and as much as they've accomplished, it seems like the Warriors are just way too much. But somehow, they were able to pull through in Game 6. It's a miracle. It looks like they're forcing Game 7, because they would combine for 66 points, taking a comfortable lead into the final minutes of the game. If they get one more stop, it's over. Steph with the ball, Steph with the pull-up, they gave him too much space, and he missed it anyways. All right, we're going to Game 7, which now leads us to one decisive game back in Chicago. Jordan's goal coming into this one was to prevent super teams from dominating, but he's already given up 3 straight titles to the Warriors, and if he loses a 4th, it's an absolute failure. So with all that being said, Game 7 would kick off. The outside shooting of the Warriors and the physical play of the Bulls would clash for a brutal 3.5 quarters. But once again, it would all come down to the final 2 minutes, with the Warriors only up 1 point, running a play for none other than Kevin Durant. They're about to pass it to KD at the top of the key. He has plenty of space. That's the worst defense I've ever seen. And now it's a 4-point game. KD with the ball. They're about to pass it to Steph. Steph was wide open. He's about to do something, bro. I don't know what he's about to do. Behind the back, the steal, or almost the steal. He's about to shoot it. Do something, bro. Oh my God. Oh my God, they're still alive. They're still alive. Don't lose Game 7 at home. Otto Porter to the basket. Of all people, he's the most competent player on the team right now. How does he have 25 points? If they don't get a stop here, it's probably over. I don't know why they're setting the pick and roll right there. The pass down to Bogut. Bogut smokes a layup. Jordan with the ball. Jordan with the elbow pull-up. It's good. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Tie game. Tie game. They're about to pass it down to KD. Yo, yo, yo. Yo, is that Jordan Bell of all people? Like, honestly, I would have been fine if KD hit the shot, Steph hit a shot, Klay hit a shot. And now being down to with 27 seconds left on the clock, it's officially crunch time. One of Jordan or Jimmy Butler is going to take the final shot. We are witnessing a team that doesn't want to win. 2-point game, 20-something seconds left. Last possession of the game, really. Jordan, please take the shot, bro. Please take the shot. Please take the shot. Do not pass it. Oh my God, you might want to pass it. Jimmy was open. Jimmy was open! Jimmy was open! Look at Clay. Look at Clay, bro. Clay just leaves Jimmy open. Jimmy has to fight Jordan after this one, bro. And it's KD at the line, bro. KD's not missing. And the second free throw is good. All right, here we go. If you don't hit a three here, it's over. I have a bad feeling about this one. Jimmy should have taken the final shot. Everyone knows this, but he didn't, and now the Bulls are losing to the Warriors for a 4th straight time. Jordan wasn't able to beat the Warriors with KD one time, and in the aftermath, he would lose out on Jimmy Butler, who after the stunt Jordan pulled would be heading to Miami, leaving Jordan with no sidekick, eventually retiring to pursue a career in baseball. So now we know what would have happened if Jordan played during the super team era. The KD-led Warriors were able to pull off a 4-peat against them. But were the KD Warriors actually led by Steph instead? Because what if there was a scenario where Steph didn't play for the team and actually found himself against them? Would he win more championships than he did in real life, or would he miss out on a bunch of awards? But most importantly, could he do even better than what we just saw from Jordan? To find out the answer to that question, click the video on the screen.